If we examine the entire Skywalker Saga from Episode 1 all the way up until Episode 9, it's pretty safe to say that there are a number of movies that the Star Wars community just does not like. A great example is that there's a lot of controversy over The Last Jedi, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, are great 3 examples right then and there. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, say what you will about the prequel trilogy, but what the prequel trilogy had that the sequel trilogy does not is consistency. And that's what I love so much about the prequels in comparison to how Disney is treating the sequel trilogy, is that there is consistency within the prequel trilogy era. And that's what makes Star Wars Star Wars. You gotta keep up with that. And that's one thing that the sequel trilogy kind of ran into trouble with. But one thing is for certain right now is that Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their new Star Wars universe, also known as their new expanded universe, that's really going to take Star Wars in a different mythology, in a different era, and in a different path, if you will. But that they will also be expanding many of the core characters that we all know and love, and that Disney CEO Bob Iger and even Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy are planning an entire roadmap of Star Wars projects to come in the near future, and a lot of which, by the way, are going to be announced this August over at Star Wars Celebration, which is less than a year away. So looking forward to that, of what Disney and Lucasfilm have to say about the future of the franchise and where things are going to really go. Now, the one thing that really excites me and also worries me is that it's explained that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently focused on the future of the Star Wars franchise, and that they are looking for ways to expand many of the core characters that fans know and love, as well as brand new characters since the release of Episode 9. Lucasfilm has been developing their new expanded universe, which will be in the form of books, comics, TV shows, and movies that will all connect to each other like the MCU. Now, one of the big plans that Lucasfilm and Disney have in store for the fans is to continue the Skywalker Saga and the Skywalkers, however not in the form of a trilogy, but that Disney CEO Bob Iger wants to continue the Skywalker Saga on Disney Plus in multiple forms that will expand the characters of Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, and even Ben Solo in unique and unexpected ways for the audience to see in the near future. Now, this plan to continue the Skywalker Saga lines up with what Kathleen Kennedy said at the premiere for Episode 9, stating that they are not quite done with the Skywalkers just yet, where it said that Disney and Lucasfilm are coming up with ways to continue the Skywalker Saga, such as an untitled Young Luke Skywalker TV series, and even an untitled project that has to do with the return of Hayden Christensen, which would suggest it has something to do with Anakin Skywalker. Also, Disney has plans to bring back Ben Solo in different ways, though it's unclear if that will be in the form of animated TV shows or not. This decision comes from CEO of Disney Bob Iger after realizing that the Skywalkers are what makes Star Wars so special. Though they will be moving away from them in the form of movies, they plan to continue the saga on Disney Plus. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because this obviously is something that Disney and Lucasfilm are taking a big risk with. You know, this really is a big risk for themselves as companies, because obviously the big marketing campaign for The Rise of Skywalker was that this is the end of the Skywalker Saga. This is it. Now, obviously, that meant that they are done with the trilogy format, but they are not done with the Skywalkers and the exact saga that we all know and love. They will be continuing that on Disney Plus for many years to come. And this all lines up with what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, of how they are in early discussions as we speak right now of developing an untitled Young Luke Skywalker TV series that would take place sometime after the events of Return of the Jedi and his path to becoming a Jedi Master. And that they also want to bring back Mark Hamill and de-age him in order for him to have a cameo as Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian Season 2, in order to tease this new Luke Skywalker TV series. So you can really see what they're trying to do here. They really are trying to do something very unique for the fans. They're really trying to bring back the Skywalkers in different and unexpected ways. But at the same exact time, I will be honest, this worries me. It definitely does worry me, because when we look at the Skywalker Saga, to me, the trilogy format is the way to go. In fact, if they really wanted to, they could have done something so simple as maybe Ben Solo and Rey having a child, and then we get to learn the story of that child. They could have done something as simple as that. But however, moving on away from this, they're also focusing on this untitled project that is going to bring a return of Hayden Christensen as an actor, and that most definitely has something to do with Anakin Skywalker, but like I say, that's unclear as to whether or not that's animated or a live action, material by Disney and Lucasfilm. We're not quite sure about that just yet. Though they will be bringing back Hayden for the Kenobi TV series as Anakin in the forms of nightmares and stuff around those lines. So I would really like to hear what you guys have to say about all of these decisions by Disney and Lucasfilm of continuing the saga in the form of TV shows and TV series, you name it, on Disney Plus. And how do you guys actually see this? Is this a good or a bad idea by Disney and Lucasfilm? Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about that. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.